Hey, 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 y'all. Hey, hey, hey. So good to see you guys all. You know that I have a hard time reading your comments while you're doing it, but I promise you, once I finish, I will come back and respond to every single one of you. So today is day 63 of Marketing Fun, right? I started December 1st, now February 1st. And because today is Groundhog Day, but also because today is the beginning of African American History Month, I thought it's kind of fun to give you more examples, not just information, but examples of how these fun marketing little tips work in your business. And the easiest way for me to show you is to demonstrate how I used it in my own business. So, if you've been watching for any amount of time, you know that my name is Richelle Shaw. And for many years, I was the only female African American public utility owner in the nation. I owned a telephone company in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I took it from 300,000 to 36 million. I lost it all after 9/11, but then I rebuilt back my $1 million business in about 5 months. And so that's what we're going to talk about for the entire month of February is all the things that I did, all the fun marketing things that I did to rebuild back my business in about 5 months. So of course you can go read the $1 million equation, but it's much more fun if I just kind of go over it here with you. And so the very first thing that I'd love to talk to you about, actually, because I talked to my friend Willard a couple of days ago, and he owned this company called FreshStart Credit, right? I was like, huh, that's pretty interesting. And so when I went back to rebuild my $1 million business, right, this telephone company, I had to think of a way that was different. So one of the challenges after running and owning a long distance company only for years was that I found that long distance was in the race to free, right? Like it was everybody was lowering rates. There were different companies coming in selling it for 15 cents, then 10 cents, then 8 cents, right? And so as a reseller, I was buying it for 4, sometimes 2.5. Hey, that's Skylar. Say hi, Skylar. 2.5, 3 cents. Um, so by the time I had all my overhead, there was no way that I could pay for that. So I thought of a shift and a pivot. So after losing it all, it does humble you a whole bunch, right? And I was thinking about what could the business that I could rebuild. You can see all my chicken scratch on today. I taught strategic partnerships in my group, and so that's everything that was going on over there. But back to the business, right? I was thinking about what are the things that I can resell again. How can I rebuild back this business? I was generating just for me about 250,000. So I had read an article that in order to find a job that was going to pay me $250,000, I needed 1 month for every 10,000. So that would have been 25 months. I couldn't wait 2 years to find a job. So I was like, okay, let's just try this. Met the guy Willard, and he had Fresh Start, and I said, hey, I think I might start Fresh Start Telephone. So he hadn't trademarked it. It hadn't, like, we joke about it now, but I think for a time he was a little pissy. But I decided to call my company Fresh Start Telephone. And it was all about because my target market was people who had been disconnected before. So one of the things that my mentor taught me about target markets is find the list or find a group that people have thrown away, that people don't really take care of that much, and make them feel special. And so I said, all right, I'm going to go after people who have been disconnected before because I had this business before and after losing it all. There's a whole story in the book of how I went to, my gas was turned off at the house, and I was heating water on the stove in order to put into the bathtub. It was the middle of the summer, so luckily in Las Vegas it was super hot. So I got to just run the water, and it was already warm, and then just get in and bathe, and then get back out. And uh, um, my guy at the time knew how to cook on an electric burner, so we had an electric burner. Um, but I talked about how difficult it was to get it turned back on. Right? I needed $500 deposit, like I needed all of these things, and when you go through this horrible traumatic situation, the last thing I had was a whole bunch of money as a deposit. Right? I had this new baby. You know what in the world am I going to do? So I decided to create a company that targeted those folks, but also empathized with them and create a system so that they could come in and be super duper successful. Right? And so that's how the name came about. It's important, super important, that when you are naming your company, that people know exactly what it is, right? So they could come to Fresh Start Telephone and they knew that it was an opportunity for them to get a fresh start. All right, so this is day 63, right? 6-3. And these are fun marketing secrets. I'm doing all of the things that I did at Fresh Start Telephone. So your assignment today is to go look, and does your company name tell what you do? Does it tell exactly what you do? So even like $1 million equation, right? It's all, I teach people how to build $1 million businesses. So I help 6-figure entrepreneurs grow to 7 figures using strategic partnerships, which we're going to talk about how I used them at Fresh Start. Tomorrow, we'll go in deep into like all of the fun little marketing things that I did. All that qualified me as one of the top marketers in GKIC with Dan Kennedy. It also qualified me for a trip to Disney. I wanted trip to Disney and all kind of other stuff. So, hey, your assignment is to go back and look at your business and make sure that you have named it properly. All right, I love y'all for free. I'll see you tomorrow for day 64, and we'll share some more marketing